everybody, it's Nicole, and it's everyone's favorite day of the week, the day of the week where we ask ourselves, is Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast an actual narcissistic D-bag who pretends to be woke while at the same time bullying people, gaslighting, manipulating all of his audience, making fun of people, their looks and other things that they cannot change about themselves, while calling it snark and yet trying to pass on this noble message of being against child exploitation? That was a lot. That was a mouthful. All right, let's start. Real quick, let me give my disclaimer. I'm not kid friendly, and this is definitely not going to be a kid friendly video as usual. So if you have any little ones around, please go watch something else, and please come back. I'd love to have you here. But today we are once again covering Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast because he's been doing the most. So I've seen, obviously, a ton of videos are being made about Josh right now, rightfully so. I've said in several of my videos now that I hope that people continue to make more and more videos about Josh, because the internet forgets things so quickly. Look at James Charles, for example. You can do the worst of the worst and still come back to YouTube. So, no, Josh isn't as big as James Charles, but it doesn't take a lot, and people forget, and it's yesterday's news, yesterday's drama. So having all of these videos there, at the very least, can open the eyes of some of the people who are following him, people that may run across his channel and not know what type of person Josh is and what he's done and what he's continuing to do. So yeah, that's why I'm making another video, while also knowing that there are hundreds of other videos. So recently Josh got himself into quite a bit of hot water with his documentary on Hillsong, where he exposed himself for being a part of a church cover-up of a child that was SA'd. Then he backtracked and backpedaled. I have a video, I'll link it below. I'll link some other videos about it below. And now he has come out with this series that he's doing. It's called My Life Story. He's telling us his life story. And I'm on the fence. I've seen a few people speculating on whether or not this was like planned, because like Josh is in all this hot water and it's pretty convenient timing to release this. Like, oh, I'm in trouble. Let me tell you about my horrible childhood and how I was bullied and I was poor and I was homeless and this and that and this and that. People do that. That's just the reality. People do that to humanize themselves and to, don't come for me. Look at what I've been through. And the only reason why I say I'm on the fence, because I could totally see Josh doing that. Do not get me wrong. I don't put it past him, not one bit. But I don't know how long he's been working on these videos, and they are long, so I'm not sure, because it is so close together. Could he do that? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also, I'm going to talk just a little bit about him and Maya Knight, because that's still a whole ass situation. So I've seen a few videos, and I'm going to link all these below, talking about this part of Josh's life story, where he's talking about while he was in his church. If you don't know, Josh was a pastor. I always have trouble saying that. I try. Anyway, so he talks about how he had seen all these other churches doing the most. The air conditioner. Hold tight, y'all. I'm so sorry. I do apologize. But Josh had seen all these other, the big mega churches where they have, tons of great music and coffee and things, just to bring people into church. Some people are highly against those. Some people love them. I don't know. I feel like go where you feel like you fit in and where you get your spiritual fulfillment. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what's doing it for you, go. But anyway, Josh saw that in other churches, and he basically admits to just taking those ideas and putting them in his church, and his church became the place to be. It was the happening. And he claims that it went to his head. And so I will link these videos below, but there's T-Lulz, which I've just fallen in love with that channel. They made a video with these clips of Josh saying this with other clips of things he said and done on YouTube. And oh my god, why is my about Radiant Brit? Radiant Brit made a great video talking about the person who was bullied becoming the bully, and that really laid out it was a very good video, really showing how Josh has, he talks so much about being ruthlessly bullied, but that's what he does online now. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I said in a recent video that I did feel like a lot of this was going to his head, and I didn't feel like it was just the money that Josh enjoyed and got wrapped up in. It was more or less the fame. But now I see that more for what it is. It's not even about fame, it's any amount of attention. Josh is doing the same thing on YouTube that he did in his church. He's performing, as he called it. He's putting on a show. He's doing things that will bring you in. But at the end of the day, just like at church, it can lose the message. And that is what's happened. And now so many people have finally seen it for what it is. The issue is that while Josh, in this clip, while he's talking about this, he does eventually say, it kind of happens with YouTube as well, and basically no one can get around it. Everyone has this in them, I guess. So while there's like a vague sense of self-awareness there, at the very same time that Josh is putting these videos out, he's also still going after Maya Knight, or now rewording it, this isn't about Maya Knight, it's about her crazy ass stands, but he's using Maya Knight to bring the stands to his channel like the milkshake brings the boys to the yard. Literally, his words, not mine. So, if you don't know, Josh has been making videos about Maya Knight, who's a young TikToker. He kept calling her a teenage mother. I thought she was. Apparently, she's 25, and she has little babies, twins. But he has literally drug her to filth. Now, I have had some comments on my channel. Maya Knight is great. Maya Knight is the world's biggest piece of shit. I'm not here to talk about Maya Knight. I'm here to talk about Josh talking about Maya Knight, okay? That would be a whole separate video. But Josh, like I said, he's covered her. He's dragged her through the mud, and he's accused her of being an alcoholic because she does have a lot of TikToks where alcohol is present in her video. But she's been offline. This is someone who makes several TikToks a day, every day. She hadn't posted in 3 days, and people were like, yo, what's up? And there was fighting in her comment section, so Josh had come on and made, I don't know if he made like a statement. I think it was a video clip. I'm not sure where that was from. I don't do the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Twitters. Girl, I'm old and I just can't. I wish I could. But he made, I think it was a video statement where he was like, if you're naming names of her baby daddy or who her baby daddy could be, don't do that. And then he says, like, there's some things going on in the background, on the back end, because Josh knows everything about everything. And then he comes on to YouTube. Now, keep in the back of your mind, he just had this scandal. He's now posting videos that are all about his life experience and, like I said, showing some vague self-awareness. But then he comes online and he posts a whole ass video about Maya Knight and her horrible stands. And in that video, he's like, there's been a lot of speculation about who her baby daddy is, and y'all just don't say any names because that could cause someone else to get hate and even be put in danger which is very true. I will say, like, if you're one of those people speculating on who her baby daddy is, mind your own fucking business, because, like, who are you? It's disgusting. I can't, sometimes I just can't believe this is the internet. So I do agree with Josh on that one. Stop it, but stop it completely. But Josh is more like, don't do that, that's dangerous. Just hold tight and we'll find out soon. Like, he knows something, and it's disgusting. First of all, let's point out the obvious. Josh, you are a grown ass fucking man. Why are you worried about who this 25-year-old TikToker's baby daddy is? And it seems like he's getting information on the back end. I just don't understand it. And to me, that whole thing about saying, like, don't throw these names out there, it could be dangerous for those people, while partly, yes, it's very true and should be recognized, I don't even know if that was Josh's true motivation. I think it's more like, I don't want anyone to find out or guess it for sure, because I feel like he wants to be the one to expose it. Now, tell me if you think I'm wrong, or if there's more or less to the story. That's just what I called out of it. But to me, the main point was the fact that, like I said, he found himself in this hot water. He tried to completely change his story, change the narrative, backpedal, gaslight, and manipulate everyone into thinking that that wasn't what he said and that's not what he meant. And let me just clarify it by telling you the second version of the story that doesn't add up with any other time he's ever talked about it in the past. And then he moves on to putting out his life story. Oh, I had a horrible childhood. I was bullied. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure he did. I'm sure all of this is true. And it is horrible. But it's the timing of it all. Like, couldn't you have waited? Like, don't you think in your mind, like, even if he had all this prepared and ready, like, don't you think you should have waited? Anyway, but of course, like I said, it makes people sympathize with him. So of course he put it on up. But at the very same time, you're still doing this crazy ass shit with Maya Knight, and you're going after her fans and stans and her and talking and speculating behind the scenes about her baby daddy. It just, to me, shows that Josh, while he may be self-aware, he may know what he's doing, that he's doing all this for the attention, or, you know, he may know that it's no longer about the message. He doesn't care. And that's the worst. You know, it's one thing when somebody does something and they really don't see it in themselves and they have the chance to realize it, but Josh, I believe 100% knows what he's doing and doesn't give a shit. Just like at the church, you know, he wanted to be church famous. He wanted the church attention. And that all kind of ties back to Radiant Brit's video where she talked about the bullied becoming the bully. And I feel like there is something there to really think about. Josh enjoys putting people down to gain attention. That is what a bully is. And I feel like whether he put on this persona in church to become church famous, or on YouTube where he's done all the things he's done now, I think he's very aware of what he's doing and he just doesn't care. And it's dangerous. One of those clips in the T-Lulz video showed Josh talking about how he, you know, you thought I've gone too far, but I haven't gone far enough. And since then, he's doxed people. He's threatened to go to their house. He's had people watching people and digging into their background and information and their real life. And now, again, as all this is happening, he's searching around in the background to find out about Maya Knight, a 25-year-old mother of twins. Regardless of what you think of her as a TikToker or as a mother, she is still a 25-year-old girl with twin babies. Like, come on. Josh is a 40-some-year-old man. Like, all of it just disgusts me. It really does. So, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about that a little bit. I've seen a lot of people talking about, what he said and kind of breaking that down compared to his past and showing that he's very much so a narcissist, and he's willing to do all the things that make him look good, and he wants to look good and he wants that attention, but at heart it's not what it is. He just wants the attention. But I just wanted to point out how interesting it was to me that while he's trying to push all this onto you, look how I was bullied and my life was sad, but here I am sharing this amazing message and standing up for all the people. Meanwhile, he's searching for information about a 25-year-old mother's baby daddy. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.